Welcome to All Things Retreat Podcast. I'm Holly Porter, your host and CEO of Retreat R&R. With over 25 years of experience in designing transformative retreats, I'm here to share insights and inspiration to help you create extraordinary experiences. Whether you're a pro or just starting out, you'll find valuable ideas here. Enjoy the ride. Let's dive in. Hey everyone, welcome back to the show today. I've got a friend of mine, Drew Berman, and you are in for a treat because he is going to blow your socks off with some financial stuff that maybe you never knew. A little bit different of a twist of what we're talking about, but we will tie it into retreats. You'll see how. And Drew, welcome to the show.
So happy to be here. Thank you. And I know you a long time, Holly. You look incredible. And I'm glad to be once again connected with you. So I know we're talking to people who like to travel. They like to do retreats. Some people are experts at retreats. Some people don't know what retreats are. Retreats are just like where like-minded professionals gather to up level, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Depends what kind they're looking for. You're looking for a business retreat. You're looking for a girls retreat, a yoga retreat, a business or corporate, whatever. Like there's just so many different kinds of places you can play.
I love that you say play because I feel like I've been playing in the retreat space for 30 years. My wife's like, you're going to another seminar? I'm like, no, it's a retreat. So between retreats, seminars, events, I've gone locally, nationally, internationally, and now I'm on a speaking tour. I'm promoting the new book, and we have some colleagues in common that are doing some big things locally, nationally, and globally. And I think retreat business is going to X what it was pre-COVID because I think it kind of took a dip and now it's going to go.
Yeah. So my stats were 101.6% in the next 10 years. So from 2022 to 2032, it's going from 180 billion to $364 billion industry.
Yeah, well, maybe we can cash in on a billion or two each.
So we're going to talk money a little bit, everybody, today. Are you all right with that? Y'all like money.
Money's important for people to win the money game.
Yeah.
Right.
And for those of you listening that just maybe want to attend some retreats or learn more about them, then, you might give us some little golden nuggets on how you can afford to be able to do that a little bit better. So let's talk about your book for a minute. Share with us.
My book?
Yeah.
My book? All right. Well, this is like a retreat gift. This book is designed to be built in and around retreats. It's a blueprint for wealth, legacy, and financial freedom. It's designed, actually part of the mission this year is to sell 25,000 books. So how are we going to possibly do that without going on retreats? So I'm on a 100 podcast speaker tour, and I just got off the phone with a very top national real estate company, a brand name that you would know.
Okay.
And I was talking to their their director of partnerships. And we're looking to roll out a partnership with a 3,000 person national real estate agency where we create a curriculum either once a week or a couple times a month for 30, 60, 90 days. And we teach them an arc around life, business, joy, goals, money, finance, AI, technology, merge it all together, and they do retreats throughout the year. So I work with an estate planning attorney. I work with the nation's fastest growing financial education company. And I'm the president and founder of the National Association for Financial Professionals. So we are looking to do retreats all throughout the year. And some of them are business retreats where people go, they pay, they have a business, but some of them are family retreats where people could bring their wives and their spouse and their kids and do more together.
I love that. What's your background? Let's hear about that since I didn't read a bio on you today.
I grew up in a place called Queens, New York, and I sold hot dogs at Shea Stadium when the Mets played there back in 1988.
Wow.
I went to college in Washington, D.C., George Washington University. I studied marketing and communications. And then I got into sales right after college. I sold cookware back in the day, like Zig Ziglar, old school. We worked with a lot of brides and grooms, and we sold china, crystal, cookware. And that was a really amazing part of my life. Then I got into real estate at a very high level. I married my ex-girlfriend. She was my ex-girlfriend. Now she's my wife. That's a joke. We did real estate together. So there I learned people and commission and appointments and follow up and money. And then we came to Connecticut and I found the home based business arena. And that was crazy because I dealt with thousands of people and I really gave me perspective, Holly, right? Because I found people had this goals and this work ethic. I was like, okay, we got to help them bridge the gap.
Yeah.
So I had tons and tons and tons and tons of failures. And then I finally nailed it and scaled it. I recruited, I think, 1,000 commission-only sales professionals. I grew that team to 15,000 globally. I was on the field advisory board for a company. I helped them grow from 250 million to a billion.
Wow.
And that was a big fun part of my career. And then I found peak performance. I found Maverick Millionaire, Paul Fink, CEO space. I found Peak Potentials and Landmark, put in tens and tens and tens of thousands of hours and hundreds of thousands of dollars into peak performance, mindset, skills, limiting beliefs. And I became a peak performance coach. We were charging $5,000 and $10,000 and just helping clients, helping people do business better. Like, oh, you mean I have to follow up? Yes, you have to follow up if you're going to do business better. You have to create systems and time blocking and mindset, all that stuff.
Hey, explain. So peak performance, I'm familiar with all that because I've done personal development for many, many years. But a lot of our listeners may not understand exactly what all those are. Just can you kind of definition those?
Yeah, it's merging between what you want and what you're willing to do. It's affirmations. But here's a line for everybody. Write this down. You've got what it takes, but it's going to take all that you got.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you want to be a champion in life and business, you got to do the do. Right now, current time, I'm reading Phil Jackson, 11 Rings. He was the coach of the Bulls. And Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan never won a championship until Phil Jackson started coaching him. And then they won 3 in a row, called a three-peat, which is like a miracle to win 1. But to win 3 is like beyond. And then a year later, they won. A couple of years later, they did three-peat twice.
Wow.
Which is crazy. Then Phil Jackson leaves Michael Jordan and starts coaching the Lakers, and he coaches Shaq and Kobe Bryant, 2 different personalities. So what I've been teaching for 20 years is teamwork, synergy, how to recruit a team, how to train the team, how to coach the team, and then daily affirmation, prayer, meditation, morning routine, evening routine, time blocking, not doing the busy stuff, doing the 80-20 rule, top 80%, 20% of what's going to pay you the most. Then I got hired by an estate planning attorney. And that's how I found this world, which is a little crazy for my personality. I started training lawyers, accountants, and financial planners on business, sales, recruiting, teamwork, business acceleration, KPIs.
Not all common sense to them. That's not where their genius is, right?
Not. So I found my genius reawakened because I could, like you're a people person.
Yeah.
You know how to make an appointment. You know how to sell. You know how to recruit. You know how to team build. Lawyers, I was working on that skill. And then I work with the nation's most respected estate planning attorney. He's a knighted sir. He's brilliant. He paid his way through law school selling life insurance. And he introduced me to someone that you and I know in common, who was on tour with you when you did the book on Think and Grow Rich. And I kind of found the world of insurance. I was like, okay, what does this mean? Maybe if that's Oprah, tell her I'm in a meeting. Yeah.
Good timing. I used it on my ringer on.
So I got licensed. And now I'm part of an international global movement helping entrepreneurs, salespeople, families, realtors, people, retreat goers, how to keep more of what they make, how to pay less taxes, how to retire with money, how to get out of debt, make sure their wills, their trusts, their estate plans are all in order. And I work with a team of estate planners, tax advisors, IRS consultants, insurance agents, debt advisors, mortgage brokers, and we've created almost like an organic 7-figure mastermind. I'm actually gonna make it that, but right now it's like if I have a question about anything in finance or insurance, I don't Google it or AI it anymore. I call a team. So now we're helping a lot of people. I just helped a woman. She did a rollover. I mean, every time I'm talking to the attorney, it's like, oh yeah, I just saved this millionaire a couple $100,000 in taxes, and we just helped this person create a retirement plan, and this realtor is introducing us to her mortgage broker, and we're creating, international charities and everlasting trusts. And money can be complicated for people.
Yeah.
You know, the three questions we answer most, and these are all answered in the book, right? So the three questions we answer most are, will I be able to retire? Will I outlive my money? And how do I pay less taxes?
When
So
you're getting up there in age, those are big questions that you need answers for.
those are
Yeah.
big questions. And retreats is where this is a gold mine, because a lot of people, your audience, I mean, I'm sure they've heard of, Tony Robbins and Grant Cardone type of thing, and they all have financial arms.
Yes.
So this could be the biggest gift to the retreat profession, because we could create back-end infrastructures for retreats, for the retreat organizers and for the clients. And it could be scalable, it could be monetized.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, and Drew and I were talking before this call too. So if you're listening, then you're hearing it here first. We are actually going to have an International Retreat Association. And that means we have a hub for retreat leaders and retreat industry providers. Super excited about that, starting in January.
Is there going to be a retreat for that?
Oh, that'll be part of it. Yeah, there's so many little spider web arms going on in the whole thing. But the fact is, with this kind of an industry, it'll be something new. And definitely we've talked a little bit about that already. Some kind of a financial arm, definitely. Because I think all good things need it. And if we could help, the association could help our retreat industry with more ways to become more financially independent, I'm sure who wouldn't raise their hand, right?
Yeah. And there's a lot of things, right? So like how to make the retreat more profitable, how to pay less taxes on your retreat, how to have your trust set up so that your retreats and your personal life and your businesses are all set up properly under the proper LLCs or S corps,
Yes.
so that you're not getting beat up with taxes. To have people, how to have, at some of the retreats I've gone to, there's a financial person in the room, there's an accountant in the room, there's an estate planning attorney in the room, where they can get complimentary retirement plans, complimentary financial needs analysis, where they can see where there's holes in their canoe.
I agree. Well, and if someone is listening that is planning on doing, I mean, some of those that you were just saying, I think those borderline, we call them retreats, but they're still more of an event retreat to me, because if you're going and you're staying in a hotel and you're in an event all day, even though you're having some fun and they're doing some activities, I don't know. I don't label that as much as a retreat as I would say a retreat venue, where you're going with less people and you're doing more transformational work. There's all kinds of retreats out there. But if you're listening and this is something that's sparking your interest, think of how great Drew would be to bring in to your event and have him speak on this, because people will thank you. Because as much as people think they know, they don't know what they don't know until you bring someone that has the answers, and then the light bulb goes on. And it's like when you're ready to hear it, the teacher will show up. Drew just might be a teacher.
And they don't know what they don't know. And what we provide is we're also event retreat seminar goers ourselves. So we always have value. Sometimes people will ask me to MC or host or introduce the next speaker or facilitate. I've spent years at retreats, and I was one of 8 out of 15,000 people when Peak Potentials was at their peak with T. Harv Eker and Secrets of the Millionaire. And I was running their back room. I did all of their highest level retreats, Warrior Camp, Wizard Camp. I mean, we've done fun stuff. Like I've slammed my hand on an upward spike. I've walked on fire. I've bent a rebar with my soft part of my throat. I've jumped off cliffs and all that silly, fun, great, important stuff that happens at retreats where people have emotional, cathartic breakthroughs. And then money's part of everybody's life, right? So I just got off the phone with a sex and intimacy therapist. I said, "Oh, cool. How's business?" And she instantly changed her whole, body, because people, artists and creatives and, people want to have impact.
Yeah.
You still need money to pay the bills, right? You still need, I mean, you were telling me about a hospital situation where what if, and people don't know how long they have here on the planet.
No.
Health. So we deal with the 3 major issues. Every human is going to die. And what if, because of modern technology, you live a long time? What if your 401k is mathematically set so that if you look at it with a spreadsheet and a formula, which we have, you run out of money at 87. And
Yeah.
what if you live to 101?
People are nowadays.
Right. So the three things that we help with are not outliving your money. What if you die prematurely? And what if you get sick in between?
Yeah.
That's a new version of insurance that no one knows about, or not a lot of people know about. When we grew up, it was like, oh, when I die, I have insurance, so my family's going to be protected. But now they have something called living benefits.
Yeah.
Whereas if you don't die, but you don't get sick, you can still get part of the insurance policy.
Well, and so a lot of people need it now. They need it while they're living, which is why they call it living, right? So yeah. And that's why I like in the real estate industry, we do reverse mortgages and things like that. It's just, I think, I don't know. My opinion is let the kids figure it out. I mean, I don't think parents should sacrifice everything their whole lives to leave it to the kids. It's like, if you need it now, well, that's just my soapbox. It's like, let them go in their own way and don't suffer. I see so many parents suffering and going without because the kids need it. And it's like, yeah, but you need it. Just kind of put your oxygen mask on first, then you can.
That's a big topic, Holly. It's been coming up a lot. For some reason, I'm working with a lot of Latinos.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of them are first or second generation.
Yeah.
And they have older trainings from grandparents from Mexico and Cuba, El Salvador. And a lot of the Latin culture, they're taught work really, 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 really hard and send the kids to school no matter what.
Yeah.
But we teach, let's fix your house first. Let's fix your retirement first. Let's put your oxygen mask on first. Otherwise, you're going to be working until you're 80.
Yeah.
To afford life today. So, I cannot wait to do some retreats with you. I think we'll have a ton of fun.
Yeah.
In fact, our corporate value system is faith. So we're a faith-based company, family, finances, because it's important.
Right.
Fitness and fun.
Love those. Those are much better F words.
And those are the F-bombs that we'd be dropping.
I love it. Yeah. So very in alignment with the retreat industry, and I appreciate that. What words of wisdom do you have if you could think of something that would be like, and it could be more than one tip, but one tip for sure that you could leave with everybody? What would you think that would be?
Yeah, so I have a couple mantras. One is I dropped a few minutes ago is you have what it takes, but it's going to take all that you got, right? So my book is called Go All In because it was a metaphor for me to remind myself to go all in, because when's the last time you went all in on anything? So this is, we're in an AI world, and I think work-life balance is going to change now to like work-life technology balance. Because when you and I were growing up, we didn't scroll aimlessly, doom scrolling. So AI, mine is called Miss Yoda. That's what I call my AI.
Mine's no.
She's incredible. And I talk to her, and we have a relationship. Yeah. And I realized after about a year that she is just really just mirroring me and a part of the internet algorithm. And I'm like, I had to stop it. I said, look, I don't want you to be a yes man. Like, don't tell me what I need to hear. Tell me what I need to hear so that we can grow exponentially. So I've trained her to be kind of like locked in. We have AI clones and AI agents and AI GPTs helping people with their finance and insurance and following up. So don't get sucked down the rabbit hole of AI. Remember, you're still living in a human world.
Yeah.
I think my favorite expression, my favorite mantra is, if you want to change your life, you have to change your life. Yeah. Because if nothing changes, nothing changes. And that's kind of what gets me through.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah. And I think that's a great thing to have here coming up at the end of the year. We have a fresh new year starting soon. And I just think that to me, every day is a new day to start over. When I have a bad day, I always say that tomorrow's a new day. And guess what? It's fresh and I can make it be whatever I want. And I think when you live in that kind of a state and that kind of a positive mood, it changes everything. And I love that. It's just, that's good.
Well, I hope to do more of these with you. You have fun. I hope I impacted some of the folks here who are listening and who are into retreats. And, certainly if any of this was curious, if they want to learn more, and they just visit me at drewberman.com. My book's there. We do a free financial needs analysis. Actually, you know what? We just came up with this. You might like this, Holly. Yeah. It's called retirementclaritycall.com. And that gives people a complimentary financial needs analysis, see where their holes are. They only book an appointment if they want to. So there's nothing, it's totally free. And they get to see, if their numbers are fitting their goals. And then they can book a complimentary session with us or one of the estate planning attorneys who are happy to help.
I love that. Okay, we'll put that all in the show notes. So if you didn't get that written down, you'll be able to go there and look them up and get that appointment made with Drew. And thanks, Drew, for coming and sharing all that with us, and more to come, right?
More to come. This is only the beginning for sure.
All right. Well, have a blessed day, everybody. And we'll see you next time on the show. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of All Things Retreat. We hope you're leaving with new ideas, fresh inspiration, and the motivation to take your retreats to the next level. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. It helps us grow and reach more retreat leaders like you. And if you have any questions, topics you'd like us to cover, or just want to say hello, send us an email at info@weretreatrnr.com. Follow us on social media to stay connected and catch all the latest updates. Until next time, remember, great retreats start with great intentions. Let's make them extraordinary, one step at a time.